Sidious. His voice still haunts me. While I was yet in my mother's womb, he filled that safe place with darkness. As the Force gave me life, he wished to bend the Force to my death, to everyone's death. As a man, I believed his lies, for I wanted to protect what I thought was mine. Mine is a selfish word, especially when I never truly knew my wife. She was a figure of my dreams, an angel, an ideal. Hers was the face of compassion, a quality I sorely lacked. The Fellowship of the Jedi had only rules, only so-called peace, which forbids emotions. But isn't the absence of emotion a type of death? Death to the heart? To the conscience? My son awoke that compassion when I thought I had none. Luke physically saw the hollow eyes of death looking back at him. Yet spiritually, he saw the face of his father, the Jedi, Anakin Skywalker. Luke's face looked like mine, but his heart was Padme's. Somehow, under my suit, made from dark side alchemy with the components of malice and death, Luke saw a light within me. As he burned my body, he thought that was the end of me. No. No one truly dies. For there's only the Force. Nothing but the Force. The Force bid me come, so on the grounds of Mustafar I waited. The black spires of ashes and coal stood despite the castle's foundations. Unattended wounds and an unfamiliar quaking led me to it, where anguish flamed and awakened my wrath. So here I stood, at the place where I brought death to myself. My wife, my son, my daughter, my grandson. I looked up and saw him, a brooding face much like mine, yet more princely, perhaps due to his grandmother's poise running through his veins. And yet he had something more, a band of light, which was cracked but not broken. That light was stronger than the obsidian on which my castle stood. Ben went through fiercer trials than I did. He journeyed to the fires of hell, killed the dragon, and his heart, though wounded, withstood the flames. Ben is so like me, I whispered to myself. His eyes are mine, his blood is mine, but his heart is not. He didn't inherit that heart from me. It wasn't Padme's. Neither was it Luke's, nor Leia's. That heart was more fortified than any materials one can wield, yet more tender to the cries of 1,000 souls. That is not the heart of a Skywalker, that is the heart of the rogue. Han Solo, Leia's husband. Leia. Did my daughter reject her son because of me? Did she see her torturer in the eyes of her son? Did she see the power of his fist and think of the iron rule of the Sith Lord who crushed her planet? My grandson bore the burden that should have been mine to bear. The weight on his shoulders, the twist of that broad frame let me know it had. He bore the weight of my many transgressions. He bore the hate, condemnation, and the curse. But he never had a chance. I had a chance. I was blessed. Ben, the only son, was cursed. Ben was the spark that escaped my funeral pyre. The light willed it to live, breathed life into its embers. Let this flame, Ben Solo, be the one that doesn't destroy, but protects. He will have my good intentions, but unlike me, he will not build the road to hell. He will finish what I started. Ben. And though I see hesitation in his body language, Ben kneels at a throne at the end of the hallway. Soon a creature in metal armor walks with thunderous steps to the throne. Its hands carry an ornate box. I follow it as it walks toward the throne. The creature kneels and opens the chest for its master. From the chest, Ben takes out a fragile black mask. Fragile, or it looks as if it's been smashed into pieces but then fused back together with a red substance that looks like molten lava. He places that mask on an altar in front of the throne. He then walks over to the chest again, and this time he takes out the most familiar mask of all. The mask of Darth Vader. My mask. With reverence, he lays mine next to the first. Don't hold that mask with reverence, son. Ben suddenly motions the creature away. Now alone, he ignites his saber and holds it upside down, his head bent in knightly piety to death. I cannot bear it. I can no longer wait for him to want to talk to me. I have to speak now. I realize I am about to witness some dark ritual, and I have to intervene for the sake of the galaxy, for the sake of my grandson. I go to him and put my hands over his eyes. See, I cry. See all that I have lost.
I was alone in the dark, with my lightsaber being the only light in the room. The mask upon the altar had lifeless eyes. It gave me no comfort at all. Then I felt something else. A hand covering everything. I can't see anything. Just darkness. But now I hear a new voice. Feel the warm touch. I never knew I could feel the touch of a Force ghost's hand. But I could. That had to be what it was. It couldn't have been anything else, for I felt its presence in the room and bid it away. Yet it refused to leave. Who is this? Whirling, I instinctively jerked back, even as I turned. I heard the thunderous clank of my mask, falling from the altar to the floor of my chamber.
I know he feels the power and warmth of the living force come from my hand. Yet the cold of the dark wars within him.
Coldness replaced the warmth. I flung the hand away, got up, and pointed my saber at the man who sat behind me. He was still on his knees. I've been torn apart, ripped to shreds, more now than ever. Stabbing my father to death didn't stop it. Killing SNOKE didn't stop it. It just got worse. He lied to me. I wonder, had he always lied? I couldn't even save Mom. They shot too quickly. All I feel is pain. I want to be free. I thought they would help me, but they sent me away. What did I do that was so bad? Why didn't they want me? Why? Why didn't you stop her, Dad? I wanted to stay. I loved you. I love you. Now you're gone, and it's all my fault. Uncle Luke would help me, they said. He'd protect me. But he didn't. He was afraid of me too. He tried to kill me. I have to go on. It's calling me. The Force. The Force alone knows why here. There's nothing here but lava, smoke, and fire, and death. Such pain. And that shadow with two faces, old and young. Who are you? Don't touch me! The cold, it burns. Who are you?
You know who I am, Ben. Or you know who I was.
No, it can't be. Liar!
Trust your feelings. I am real. I did not come to speak to Kylo Ren. I came to speak to Ben Solo. Take off your gloves. You don't need them.
Something in those eyes and that voice commanded me more firmly than Snoke ever had. I obeyed. I wanted to trust him. I reached out my hand to see if he was real. As I had with Rey before the hot fire, I took off my glove and reached out to touch him on the shoulder. The one I touched this time was one with the Force. This time, there was no shard of icy touch to my mind. There was only the warmth of the living Force and love. Love. Something I never thought I'd feel again. Whoever you are, please tell me this is real. What I'm feeling and saying right now. Please, let it be real.
It's real, Ben. I'm real. You wanted to see your grandfather. I am he. I was Darth Vader, but I'm not him anymore. I wish I'd never had been. My name is Anakin Skywalker. I loved your grandmother, Ben. I was afraid to lose her. So afraid. My fear laid the curse of my suffering on the galaxy.
You died on the Death Star over Endor. Now, you're here. How?
I acknowledged love. The love of my son. I let myself feel it and embraced it. The galaxy condemned me, but he didn't. Neither did the Force. That's why I'm here.
I feel such peace, power. How can I find it? How can I be free? Teach me.
You already know what you need, who you need. There is one you love. I know it, and so do you. Say her name, Ben. Say it.
Her name is Rey, Scavenger from Jakku. Strong in the Force. Stronger than she knows. I've never met anyone like her. It's too late. I already asked her to join me. She refused.
You offered her power at your side. She wants you, not power, not the galaxy. I had a Rey, Ben. Your grandmother was my Rey. She was beautiful, compassionate. I loved her, or I thought I did. But I never showed her love. I offered her power, the galaxy. I learned too late that all she really wanted was me. Please, Ben, don't make my mistake. Don't make Rey suffer like Padme did.
I love her.
I know. Ben, hear me. Listen. You can be free. Turn. She'll help you.
Hello, this is Emrys, and with Luthien, thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and click on that little bell icon that will give you notifications every time we post a new one. And of course, like, comment, and do all those things. Peace, love, and Reylo, guys.
All magic comes with a price.